people have all gone south. The clutter that surrounds us.
20 years, man.
20 years.
That's a long time.
Yeah,
A long time.
it is.
It's just testament to John, really.
It is a testament to John.
Everything has just gotten really going better than ever since Penny Black. I loved from the first writing about the love tones and Matthew J. Toe, and that was amazing, discovering new music I never imagined.
I always wanted to promote gigs, so when John asked me, I was absolutely jumped at the chance.
You know, John's done loads for me. Like, he gave me my first published work, which got me onto a uni course because my A-level grades weren't so great.
And it really encouraged me to have a bit more confidence in myself, and that's something I feel like John's done all the way through my career at Penny Black, if you like.
Penny Black helped me work out what I wanted to do. It helped me learn how to do interviews.
I've got to see some people live that I would never have expected to.
There's now a long run of people who have been right for the site the whole time, that have been coming to the drinks, and that, you know, I've got to know really well. And there's definitely, it's not just about kind of sitting in your bedroom and firing off email reviews. You know, we've definitely, like, the friendships that we've had with all the other writers is a big part of it.
What we have in common is just like a real passion for music, I guess.
Thank you very much for coming. You came to see the support bands. This makes you the best people in the world. We're going to play a song and then we're going to hang around at the back selling stuff. Thank you very much.
Well, I think I was about 16. In fact, I was definitely 16, and I was a big fan of the band Hefner, so I was kind of Googling around and found a review of their third album, Boxing Hefner, on the Penny Black Music website by a guy called Scott Miller, and it was a really funny review. So I started reading the site, and then I ordered a few records off the shop, and then eventually sort of emailed John and said, oh, can I have a go at reviewing things?
I was once in a band years ago called The Outsiders. A few years ago, the albums we made way back in the 70s actually got put out on CD. Once they were released, I started scouring the internet to see if we had any reviews. You know, the guy who'd written this obviously knew his stuff to a surprising extent. This guy, of course, turned out to be John.
The first article I wrote actually was about seeing Madness for the very first time, one of my favourite bands, at the grand old age of 30. So there was a lot of personal stuff, I guess, in that piece, and I was really nervous about sending that to somebody that I'd only just met, and was it going to fit in with the general kind of vibe of the magazine. And I just got this most fantastic feedback, really thorough, thoughtful feedback.
Well, I got involved through PennyBlackMusic through my friend Ben, who at school, when we were about 17, he was sitting in the cafeteria area listening to some weird records I'd never heard of, and he stuck some headphones in, and I was like, oh, what's this? This is really good. And he said, oh, I got it for free.
I'd like to think that my legacy is this guy.
I'd hope so.
Yeah.
That's quite a lot on my shoulders, but thank you.
Yeah, you can take over now.
Good. You introduced me. Jamser introduced me. And
you wrote about the Leeds Festival.
I wrote about Leeds Festival. Oh, I did, and we broke down.
Yeah.
And it was hilarious but terrible time.
Mark was at uni, or you guys both were obviously in Carlisle, and I remember being up to visit once, and John had come down from Scotland, so I met John then.
Yeah, that's how I got involved, really, writing quite a lot, and it was only after that, after Olga left, that I then took over doing the live promotion.
We went to one of the Penny Black gigs at the Spitz, And yeah, I just remember thinking it was really cool that, you know, Mark knew the people putting on this gig. It was a really cool venue.
When the Spitz closed, PennyBlack Music Live went on a bit of a hiatus, I guess you could say. And then I took over. The first night I had as promoter with PennyBlack Music was at the Brixton Windmill. And then we moved at the Half Moon Herne Hill with a couple of nights, including an infamous one with the television personalities.
I always go back to the first time I went to PennyBlack Music Bands Night, because that was quite early on. It was a dark, rainy night, never been to this place, and I'm wandering down this long road and I'm cursing, who are these schmucks that got me into this? But eventually I found the place, and there's John around the entrance, all clad in black, but very, very friendly.
The night at Brixton Jam was a nightmare. It was been raining for 3 days, and our tent where we looked at ticket, it was essentially a tent in this kind of middle of this concrete sort of vista in front of the building, looking at the tickets of the few people who turned up. And then during the headliner set, they were called the Galileo No. 5, I think they were called. There was the sound of the guy from Red Dwarf, Craig Charles, DJing funk from the next room seeping in.
It just came up in conversation that it would be good to have someone other than like the sound guy or whatever music they put on, the venue had. It would be nice to have someone from PennyBlack, or the rights for PennyBlack, doing the music. And
I tried my best. I was trying to get it, just struggling to get it to even make any sound, but it is now. But I've had to turn it down while they sound check, so out of respect.
There was a really good one with the Monroe Transfer when they played. That was a really amazing one. I think it was Will Our Grant Conspiracy headlining and Monroe Transfer supporting, and that was definitely a highlight.
And also some of the ones that we've done PennyBlack Music gigs, so like Joe Gideon the Shark really stand out. As a band that we saw for the first time at the PennyBlack night and really blew us away, and I ended up interviewing them a few years later as well. And also one of the bands that are playing our bands tonight, Idiot Son, still really stand out as a band that I've discovered through PennyBlack Music that I would have never heard of otherwise.
How has PennyBlack Music been going 20 years, and why?
Well, because of John. That's why. John and Richard, they just keep doing it, and I think because they love doing it.
And I think we're the only people covering a lot of these bands, and that's kind of makes it worth doing.
Good quality music writing. People who write believe what they really love music, and I think that comes through in the writing.
We thank you for everything. Love PennyBlack. Love writing for you.
John, thank you for being such a good friend to me for so many years, through lots and lots of things and ups and downs and weddings and children and all that.
So these are like PennyBlack children, so
yeah. If it wasn't for PennyBlack, these kids wouldn't exist.
Exactly. Do you want to be in the video, Darwin?
I'm just joking.
Can you say hi to John? Can you say hi?
Can you say hi to John?
Can you say Harry Pet?
Harry Pet.
We know you can talk.
Happy anniversary, John.
You can happy penniversary, John.
Happy penniversary.
It's fantastic. PennyBlack's got to its 20th birthday, and I'm really looking forward to see what we do next.